Hi and welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Tasmin. I am an author, a freelance creative, and I make videos on this YouTube channel about my life on the Azores archipelago, about sustainability, and sometimes also about books. And today I am introducing to you the A to Z of climate and nature books. This video is very much inspired by the wonderful, wonderful Adri from Perpetual Pages, which is a channel I highly recommend to all of you. And they make a video every now and then about the A to Z of queer literature. So please check that out. I'm gonna leave it linked up above and down below. And I love this video of them, and so I decided to take my own turn on this, but make it with my topic that is most important to my heart, which is climate books, climate and nature books. This list only consists of non-fiction books, so if you are here to look for cli-fi recommendations, I unfortunately don't have any. And also, I have not read all of these books. Okay, I just want to put that out there. I have not read all of them. I've read a few of them, and if I've read them, you probably have heard of them in my channel before. Some of them are on my list to read, some of them I already own and they're on my TBR, others are just on my radar. But it's books that I've seen around that I've heard good things about, which just fit the list. This list works like this. The book that I choose for each letter needs to have the letter, preferably, of course, in the beginning of the title or in the name of the author, like in the beginning names. Sometimes I had to cheat a little bit, especially at the very end of the alphabet, because those letters are very hard to find. But I tried my hardest to match them up, and I'm excited to share my list with you. For A, we have All We Can Save from Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson and a lot of others. This is a collection of works, and I want to read it very soon. B, of course, had to be Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. If you haven't heard of this book, you are living under a rock. For C, we have The Future We Choose by Tom Rivett-Carnac and Christiana Figueres. For D, we have The Drawdown by Paul Hawken. For E, we have, of course, Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake. For F, we have The Future Earth by Eric Holthaus. G is Post-Growth, Life After Capitalism by Tim Jackson. And for this letter, you could actually just use any kind of degrowth book. Luckily, there are more and more coming out now, but this concept has been around for a while. So for G, just basically look up any degrowth book that you can find. I just chose one randomly. For H, my favorite, of course, The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wohlleben. I will never stop recommending this book. Like, I will never shut up about it. I'm sorry. For I have The Red Deal, Indigenous Action to Save Our Planet. And this is a book that is written by the Red Nation. And I haven't read it yet, but it's very high up my TBR. For J, of course, it had to be a book by Jane Goodall, and I chose The Book of Hope, her newest release. For K, I have This Changes Everything by Naomi Klein. For L, I have Losing Eden by Lucy Jones. For M, I have The Story of More by Hope Jaren, or Yaren. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, I'm sorry. For N, I have a book that I will hopefully own one day, and that is Notable Native People by Adrienne Kina and Sierra Sana. For O, I have Other Minds by Peter Godfrey Smith. P is for Turning the Tide on Plastic by Lucy Siegler. For Q, I have Asegi Stories, Queer and Two-Spirit Memory by Quo Lee Driscoll, and I'm very sorry if I mispronounced that. For R, I have Climate Justice by Mary Robinson. For S, I have Animal Vegetable Junk From Sustainable to Suicidal by Mark Bittman. For T, I have Tale of Two Planets from John Freeman. For U, I have Underland from Robert Macfarlane, which I, by the way, own in the German edition, and I love the cover, and it's such a chunker, but I'm so excited to read this. For V, I have A Bigger Picture, My Fight to Bring a New African Voice to the Climate Crisis by Vanessa Nakate. For W, I have Spying on Whales from Nick Pyenson. For X, I had to cheat a little bit. I didn't find a book that had X in the title as like the first letter or in the author's name. If you have any of that, please leave it linked down below. Please educate me. I didn't find anything. But I chose one that has an X within a word, and that is A Field Guide to Climate Anxiety, anxiety with an X, by Sarah Jacquette Ray. For Y, I have Sand Talk, How Indigenous Thinking Can Save the World, by Tyson Juncker-Porta. And for Z, I had to cheat again. Again, if you know of any climate nature book that has a Z in the title or in the author's name as a first letter, please leave a link down below. And my choice is The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Colbert, and Elizabeth is written with a Z. And I'm sorry that this was like such a cheat at the very end. That was my list of A to Z of climate and nature books. I hope you found some new inspiration or some new recommendation. And I could have chosen so many more, especially some of the letters, like G, for example, would have so many books. It was very hard to narrow it down, so please leave down in the comments your favorite recommendations for climate and nature books. And as we're on the topic, I will also leave you linked my video about climate and nature books or climate change books that I made a few months ago. And I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!